I built my very first tiny home, and more specifically, it's actually a micro home. We ended up getting these new lot types whenever we got the Tiny Living stuff pack. And with that, there are three different tiers of homes. So you have a small home, which is up to 100 tiles. Then you have your tiny home, which is up to 64 tiles. And then you have your micro home, which you can only have up to 32 tiles. With the smaller homes, you end up getting lower bills. You stay happy, inspired, or focused, like twice as long. And then if you do a tiny or a micro home, you actually end up getting skills twice as fast. And then you also feel comfortable twice as much. So if your furniture has like a 4 for the comfort level, then it would be an 8 in a like small or micro home. And then more specific to just micro homes, you get all of those plus your relationship gains are doubled, and then your plants grow twice as fast. So if you love plants like I do, it has a really great benefit for if you want to garden or do something like that, which I think is still a little buggy, but it is what it is. It's The Sims, right? I went ahead and used ChatGPT like I tend to do with some of my builds just for inspo to get some cool ideas and see where we could go with it. So I want to like show you a brief overview. I'm not just going to read all of this word for word, but with the design, it was for like modern minimalists. So again, I'm a maximalist, so this is a little bit difficult. And fun fact, I'm actually going to be doing a modern minimalist build coming up soon because I put a YouTube poll out, and the final decision ended up being for a modern minimalist build. And I will truly hold myself to that. I will do a minimalist build. So if you want to see me stream that, I might stream it a little bit on Twitch if you want to go over and follow me there. It's said to do a Scandinavian style, and it was to incorporate light wood tones, cozy textiles, and simple functional furniture. So with the modern minimalist design, the lot does have traits from The Sims. It had a lot of natural light, and it also had the great acoustics trait. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. Industrial chic, so exposing brick walls, metal fixtures, concrete floors, cozy rugs and soft furnishings, eco-friendly retreat, so using sustainable materials and adding lots of plants, which I mean, you don't really have to tell me to do that, and add a small rooftop garden. Layout ideas, open floor plan, combine the living spaces, lofted bed space, multi-purpose furniture. So we have a lot of great furniture for that from the Tiny Living stuff pack. Acoustic enhancements, so I didn't go into this too much because there's only so much you can do, but just keep in mind that you know, with the great acoustics, having some type of music space or music items. And then outdoor space, obviously I'm going to have a lot of room for outdoor space because it is a micro home. So just keep that in mind. We definitely have some balconies or patios rather, and garden space, courtyard area. One thing that was kind of fun that it included was like a hidden element area. So secret storage or a tiny hidden room. So that was kind of fun. I did something more like an ode to that. But then I asked it for some inspiration on the inside. So you just see like a lot of light colors and light wood tones for the inside, and then the outside is just very clean cut lines, and you can see that rooftop garden and the platform in the front. So this is Melody Meadow, and as you can see I used a lot of packs for it. Sorry, it's just a 1 bedroom 1 bath. Obviously micro home could only do so much with that. I could stretch to maybe fit 2 rooms. That would be kind of a fun challenge. I built it in sand sequoia, and it's on this 20 by 30 lot down here. So you can see I have a lot of plants from the outside. This is the outside of the build. You can tell a lot's going on the outside with the landscaping, but I tried to do a lot of fun stuff in the outside since I had to kind of keep it more minimalist on the inside. But as you can see right off the bat, the building is white, so similar to the ChatGPT inspiration. Lots of windows, so going to that natural light. I put some skylights up here. We have the rooftop garden, which it had mentioned, and then I tried to do somewhat like a platform that's made out of wood that was similar to that inspiration photo as well. As we go around the outside here, we just have a lot of pretty like flowers up against the build throughout, and I put this little water feature right here by the window. Got some ivy and also some flowers growing up on the vines with this fence that I put. And then I put this really nice little water feature over here. Okay, so I decided to go in live mode because I really like the water features when they're actually running, so you can kind of get the vibes a little bit. So really nice like custom fountain area. I used these new fountains that were from the Riviera pack that we got. And then as you can see out here, I created a funky, fun, like little stage area for like hosting dance parties or something like that. So lots of great music things to do out here. I put some dance floors over on this side. You can watch like in the audience. I have a little bar right here, a little hookah kind of lounge, and some of the nice patio furniture that we could have. I mean, it's not technically patio furniture, I don't think, but that's how I use it with the custom furniture like that. And then over here, a nice water feature wall. I love doing this in some of my builds. And then these are actually lights. So whenever it gets dark, you can see these panels up against the wall over here light up. And then on this side, as you can see, we have some nice swans, a really beautiful little pond area. And then I used these swings over here. Fun fact, in this build, when I was putting the swing down right here, there's a color swatch of this that I actually really, really like. And I built a cottage off of it. And that'll be my next build, I think, that I show you all. So be on the lookout for that video. But I saw this color swatch right here, and I loved the like green, blue, red kind of combo, and I did a cottage based off of that. So anyways, you can be on the lookout for that. So now that I've kind of shown you the outside, my sim is kind of suffering right now. We're gonna go head inside now. So as you come in, obviously it's a little bit tight, but I did a kitchen up against this wall, and I put a little mini fridge, and you have a cat bowl, which I did build this specifically with cats in mind for this build. And then over here, it's just easier. Tiny spaces are kind of hard to use in tab mode. So you have a little area over here for your purses, your mail, keys, things like that. And then just some nice clutter items up here. I actually think something is missing. Maybe not. I think I tried to keep it minimalist. Yeah, so never mind. It's minimalist. See? I did it. I did it. So just a nice little kitchen area. And then over here, as you get into the living bubble kind of space with this arched area where I have the really tall windows, you have a cute little dining space right here. I wanted to be able to like see the space outside really well. So you can see the bird bath over here and the pond area really, really well from the living space. So very tight, but I think it's an efficient use of the space. And you have a nice little sofa right here. And yeah, so I still managed to squeeze a TV. So you can still watch TV and all of the basic necessities in life, right? And then over here, there's a lot of people with the welcome wagon. This is the bathroom. And so I thought it was really cool to have a way to bring natural light into the bathroom as well, but it's still private. So you have a big window, but it's on the top half because I used really high walls for this build. Since it is a micro home, I want it to still feel pretty big. And so I made this little feature wall with hanging plants and things like that because that was in ChatGPT as well. I have to zoom out a pretty good bit, but this is the bathroom at a glance. So very, very tight. I even used that little bitty shower here. It's just one tile wide, and I managed to squeeze the little sink on this side. But really, really nice space, I think. It's kind of weird to look up. Almost motion sickness. And then over on this space, so remember the hidden treasure or hidden, like, space or room? I just put a little cat box kind of under the staircase over here with the toys. So that's a little private area for the cat to use. And then I just tucked a trash can up under the staircase on this side. So as you go up, you can see that you have some really nice like pictures and things up against the wall. You have a little violin, so bringing that music element in here as well. You have a nice cat tree, a cat toy, and a huge kind of window space in this bedroom. And I incorporated the Murphy bed. Now I understand, don't come at me, I understand when the bed's out, this is not going to be functional. It's more for vibes. It's too small of a space, and this is kind of in the way. But I did get the upgraded Murphy bed, so I downloaded this from the gallery. That way you don't have to worry about tinkering it or like upgrading it yourself. This is the upgraded one. So I thought that could at least help if you were able to manage to use it. But that's it. I mean, it's a very small house. I don't need to spend a lot of time covering it necessarily, but I thought this was a really fun little space, and I think there's so much to do. Oh, she's out here enjoying herself, but you can just lounge and really enjoy the outdoors. One thing I did kind of skip over is there's this really nice feature wall with the ivy on this side, so you can sit down and still enjoy this space outdoors instead of just being inside to see it. There we go. I thought I'd change it really quick because it was kind of annoying me that I couldn't see the plants alive. It looked a little depressing. So we're in the summer now, so you can see all of the beautiful plants here and all kind of lively and lit up. But really, really pretty, I think, space to kind of vibe out in and enjoy the plants, the flowers all over the place. And one thing that took me a little while was doing all of these stones separately as I was building this out to kind of blend into the stones over here with this part, but I think it all came together. So to close this off, you know, I like to hide things in my builds. So for this build, I hid a ball of yarn, and I kind of like the idea of thinking the cat carried it off somewhere to play with it. So if you find the ball of yarn, kudos to you. Just don't tell other people in the comments or anything where it is so they can enjoy the little treasure hunt. But that's the build. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you play in it. Let me know if you play in it or what you change about it. Things you really like about it. I'd love to hear that. Things that you don't like about it, maybe keep that to yourself. Because I don't want to stress out about it. But I did post a video recently that I did with ChatGPT on creating a build that's kind of a similar vibe to this, and it was also a relatively small home. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it down below. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye. Bye.
What's funny is that even though this is a micro home, it still probably took me way too long to build because I spent too much time on the outside trying to look a particular way. So while I saved time on the inside, I might have spent a little too much time on the outside.